integration. We have with us Arnold Kürsteiner, database engineer and analyst, Point Topic of the United Kingdom. All right, that's Oliver. And Arnold. And over here is Oliver Johnson, CEO, Point Topic, United Kingdom as well. Right. So
thanks very much. And yes, thanks for hanging around this afternoon. Enjoyed the session so far very much, and I think it's been very well organised. So, in terms of the content and the way it all hangs together, so congrats to the organisers on that. And we'll try and keep you interested as well. So, just to give you a bit of background on who we are, we're a UK-based broadband research house. It's mostly fixed broadband, but perforce we have to cover mobile as well. We have clients across many domains, obviously mostly ISPs, network operators. Investment is quite popular in the UK at the moment, or consolidation, as it might otherwise be called. Government, academia. But the European Commission is also one of our clients. So for the last 15 years, we've been feeding data into Eurostat. And we're also part of what goes into the DESI, the Digital Economy and Societies Index, I think. So we have an interest in how to integrate our data flows into what's useful across Europe. Despite the recent parting of ways, we're still hoping to be as involved as we can. Part of what we've been learning through this journey is how to handle data better, how companies want to receive it, how to make it easy for them to get the data, to integrate it with their systems, and to get the answers that they want as quickly as possible. And, you know, we I think, have done very well at that. We're the longest running continuous information service, sequentially resubscribed to by BT, by Sky, by a number of the large ISPs and people in the UK. So we're quite proud of our track record in that respect, and 15 years with the European Commission as well. So we're doing something right. And one thing that we come across, as everybody else does, is inconsistent terminology. Sometimes it's because it's helpful to whoever is using that term to be vague or inconsistent about it. So if you know anything about broadband or networks, homes passed or premises passed is a classic metric. And there is not a standard definition, even in Europe, for what a home is, what a household is, and what passed means. So while that's very easy to say, it's actually very difficult to get the exact number out if you ask that question. So what are we trying to do about this? Well, our data is varied, it's cross-domain. I mean, at the very basis, it's about networks and broadband and where it is and where it isn't. But as I just alluded, there are various interpretations and definitions of what the data points actually mean. And they mean different things in commercial and institutional cases, and we get inputs that are labelled similarly vaguely as well. So a lot of our job is to clean data, and I think anybody who's worked in data for a while will still recognise this. 30 years ago, in a way, I'm doing the same job I am today, which is sitting there trying to figure out why this data set doesn't quite want to load, or why the questions come out with weird bits popping out of the corners, and often it's about unclean data or data that isn't well defined. Footprint, overbuild, service provider, all of these terms get used very often and without exactly knowing what they mean. So we're trying to develop a standardised terminology, and Arnold's who's the one who's actually been doing most of the work, will walk you through a bit more about that. Siloisation, where more than two people in a room and you get difficulties in communication, more than three people in a company, and the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. So trying to bring this back together so that the accounts department knows what the marketing department's doing, knows what the product development department's doing, knowing what's going on the ground from the actual input from the hand devices that the network engineer, he's dug up this bit and it's gone badly or it's gone well. So putting all those together, back together, because they started as actual objects in the world, and they were very well connected. It's only when they come into us and get turned into data that they start to fall apart a bit. And we've been doing this, trying to use various best practices, Dublin Core, Friend of a Friend, DCAT, and so on. And actually, just to give you a bit of kind of private sector perspective, it's implemented all of these are implemented very poorly and very badly throughout all the organisations we work with, be they government or private. And you know, this is great in a way. Where there's a problem, there's an opportunity for us, but it also speaks to the inefficiencies that are just rife throughout every decision-making process that you see. And what we try and do, as I said, is make data easier to ingest for the organisations, but also our intention is to make it more efficient and more cost-effective for them to get the information they need to make decisions. So we developed an ontology.